Hi travellers, thank you for joining me once more. Today I've got something wonderful, been working on this for a little while. Enlightenment, the oneness within. So join me now, as always, in this wonderful place, in this great space, created just for you. As much as I enjoy transforming people, I learned that the best thing is to push and encourage and empower towards oneness and enlightenment for everybody. Why be a potential savior to others, a guidepost, a book, a mentor and a coach, when the best way forward is to show you that you are the operant power in your own life? So, if you're ready, join me now as we go deeper and deeper, as always. Find that safe, comfortable place, lying down or sitting down, getting all comfy, and just get ready to be you. So in a moment, and not before, you can close your eyes and go into the deep trance as you have done before. And if it's the first time you're joining me, welcome. Thanks for being here, to appreciate that. And at this point, just encouraging you to just relax, turn everything off, find that quiet place. You may just want to put the phone down and listen to the sound of my voice, which will go with you as far as you go and further than that before. And again after that as well. So, join me now when you're ready. Allow your eyelids to become heavy. So very heavy. So very heavy. And you can just relax on purpose now. Your shoulders, your neck, your arms, your legs, your back, your feet, your calves. Anything and everything that is you, you know. As we go on this wonderful journey together. And as you begin to close your eyes, and they're solidly closed now, like they're almost super glued shut, you can allow your body to go to sleep and your mind awake. And with that, we're going to allow your mind to become its wholeness. Getting more comfortable now with every breath you take. And realizing how safe you are. And at this moment, moving into that place, ready to embrace oneness of yourself, your higher self, all that has ever been you. And it may be as you close your eyes and you go into that darkness that is there, you open your eyes and see that you are the passenger in a car. And with you, next to you, is another version of you. And that version of you is the one that knows all, does all, thinks all. The small self that's been taking on all these burdens. And you're looking there at that driver's seat, that version of you, just wondering, how are you operating with all those burdens, complexities in your life? Wearing so many hats and shoes, being a role of your boss, a role of your partner, your children, your neighbours. I mean, isn't it wonderful to know who you are, sitting in that passenger chair? That whole expansive you, that is you, now and forevermore. You can, you know, just become. Now, in that passenger seat, you can see all the burdens it is just by operating in complexity of your mind. Eat, go to work, go to school, sleep, repeat. You've often wondered, as you sit in that passenger seat, feeling that seatbelt holding you there, the complexity of the universe, and how you are that mind that is infinitely connected to all. And as you've been sitting there and watching yourself drive, and the steering wheel moves left and right, and your hand moves over to change the radio, you look down at your feet and realize that you're in a foot race, and your left leg is bound to that of a child. And as you look to that child in that race, you've got your arms wrapped around them. The child seems very familiar, yet distant. Who is that child? That is you. Relaxing now even more. And as you feel that warmth that's growing inside of you and that apprehension, you can just allow that to disappear now. As you look at that child looking back up with you, inexplicably you are looking through that child's eyes, looking at you, looking at the child. That's right. As you look at that child, you are inexplicably looking through the child's eyes back at you. And you're amazed, surprised, and full of awe that you grew so big and how you changed. And your voice is strong and firm now and not so squeaky. And you feel that infinite safety in being you. That as you remember where you are in that foot race, and that next step forward, and another, you see in the lanes next to you more and more versions of you and the child. Everywhere but here right now, in every lane, you are everywhere at once. And as you smile and you move forward, and you move forward closer and closer to that finish line, you stumble and you take that little child down with you, and that little child laughs with glee at the humor, at the funniness of big you falling in front of little you. And as you fall into yourself, you wonder even more, why are there lines separating the lanes, the versions of you? And as you throw your hand down to get up and run again, you see now that you've got a hammer in your hands. You're striking that anvil, working that works, that is everything that is you. The simplicity within the complexity. Letting go of everything you've imagined to be. You can forget now the next track, who, what, where, You believe oneness with the all that is your God. Just forget. Forget all the dogma. Forget all the ways that others have found their oneness and enlightenment. On the next stride, you feel that impression upon your mind and soul. The expansiveness within that tiny fleck that is you. The next strike, going down with such force as it splinters and shatters the great works of you. You realize you've never been separate from the metal of the hammer, to the handle, to the force that it's taken to move that hammer, to the apron and the steel that makes the anvil. All is you. And as that next force is built up across your chest, going up into your arm, moving it beyond your head, ready to strike, coming all the way down. At that moment of impact, you can feel yourself falling, 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 falling deeper and deeper down the hole. And in that hole, you see many things of light and dark and light and boy and girl, piano and trumpet, rabbit and teacup and piano and mouse, falling and falling, and yet being so still, without the trepidation and the fear of being hurt, damaged, inconceivably destroyed. As you begin to feel and grow and grow, it's easier to become the no thing of your mind, the unknown, as you come out the other side in darkness and light. There you are, a tiny speck in an infinite room of bubbles brandishing metallical rainbow colours across all the spheres of bubbles. You're intrigued at first with one, then two, then three of these bubbles that go on forever. And you begin to notice that it's all you. Different realities, different thoughts of who you should be, who you must be, who you could be, whom you ought to be. And you know, in that void, you begin to embrace the space between all spheres, so you can see all potential versions of you. And in this moment, we're going to ask one question of your mind in its totality. What is that one thought, that one feeling that allows you to merge, blend, become all that is? What is that thought and feeling? Allow it to permeate and grow and fill your eyes, your forehead, your nose, the infinite space all between those spheres. Because you are more than your physical body, as you have always been, taking up that infinite space between all the spheres now. Who are you? Who are you? That is more than your physical body. Let go of the words infinite and love. Let go. It's dogma. That's old thoughts. Go with the no thought, that no feeling. Allow yourself to feel that no thought and that no feeling. Embracing that space between all the bubbles, so you can feel the bottom right corner of the room to the top left, and the top back left, and top right forward, and the exact center all at the same time in the space between them all. Now if you're everywhere but here, which is more than you've ever allowed yourself to think, what is that thought and that feeling now? That space between the bubbles that you've perceived of and once were frightened of, you become now. You embrace. You belong. You grow. In that space that is you. That no thought, that no feeling. You're going to allow it to move to every cell in your physical avatar. And every cell making up organs and bones, blood, and everything else of that avatar. Where are you now that you've allowed yourself to move into, which is far greater in expanse, up, up, through that hole, going past the dirt, the twigs, the roots, the girl, the boy, the trumpet, the piano, the rabbit, the mouse, the darkness and the light. As you happily vibrate and feel that pulse of awareness and observation, of being that tiny speck steel inside the anvil, allowing your awareness to grow now to the bench that holds you, to support you, to the shoes that you're wearing as you strike that hammer to the anvil once more, and again, remembering you are more than your physical body, which means, of course, you are energy in avatar form, experiencing the magic of being forged to remember at the next strike, to remember that you are more than your physical body, your mind, your magic, your wisdom, the infinite oneness of connecting with it all, the universe inside of a thought that is the universe. It's funny how your beliefs change and you grow and you see yourself through the eyes of your younger self looking back at you, and you smile and you giggle as you pick yourselves up, looking down at the lines. There is no separation between yesterday, tomorrow, now. You infinitely understand the magic, the wisdom, the power of being the unknown, the unnamed driver, passenger, car that is constantly moving forward and standing still. What is it that you've become aware of, that you've brought back into this place, that you remember? While being the hood of the car, the bumper bar, and the tailpipe, and the road, and inextricably the force that's been binding you to keep your form in that avatar shape. Invite that thought in now. Who am I in this avatar form that has been shaped and molded by forces unseen, more than DNA, more than thought? How is it my shape, my form, is held together by something far greater than gravity? Where am I that I remember now everything in every one of those bubbles? Can it be that I clearly recall now the infinite, the oneness, looking through my eyes as a child back at myself as I wonder how squeaky my voice was, how adorable, how wonderful, how special and unique, as I look over at myself from the driver's seat, and I have something far greater to connect with. That I am, that I remember now. Because you know you can remember. That's right. That infinite oneness. You can stay here, traveling further and further. Traveler, I hope that the sound of my voice continues to serve your deepest conscious awakening, to expand you, to pour infinite, unconditional, genuine love into you. Remember who you are, all that is the all. Everything that's ever been, has been. The past, present, and future. That was yesterday, tomorrow, and next week. With that next breath in, you can choose to stay where you are, and your conscious awareness can expand even further the moment that your eyes open and you remember you are the operant power. Until next time.